Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Aftershock, where we give you the latest and greatest in all things Web3. Now, I'm excited to share all of the amazing news for you. Before I do, just want to give a quick thank you for being here today. If you're ever on our podcast, make sure you give us a nice share with everyone out there. Give us a nice 5-star review on whichever platform you're listening to this at. And if you're over on YouTube, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe and leave some comments on which of these articles was your favorite. So now, without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into this week's Aftershock.
The Aftershock.
To kick off this week's Web3 lightning round, we're going to start with U.S. Congress to introduce new draft bill for stablecoins. Failure to register as a stablecoin issuer could result in up to 5 years in prison and a fine up to $1 million. The draft puts the Federal Reserve in charge of non-bank stablecoin issuers such as crypto firms Tether and Circle, respectively, as use of Tether and USD coin. Stablecoins are a class of cryptocurrencies that attempt to offer investors price stability by being backed by specific assets or using algorithms to adjust their supply based on demand. So it will be interesting to see if this passes. Regulation is coming and is continuing to come up each week, which is why we're putting this at the top of the hour. This could be very interesting in how this pans out. I know we covered last week, but also the U.S. is planning on launching and rolling out its first USDC, I believe, in the month of July. So a lot of reasons to try to go after these stable coins. So putting this on your radar, we'll see how this goes through Congress, and I will keep you updated on how this one pans out. Next up, we're looking at Uniswap as it launches its iOS mobile wallet in select countries. The centralized exchange had previously stated that Apple was not allowing the app to be listed on the App Store, but has finally happened. So the centralized exchange Uniswap launched its mobile wallet on April 13th, and the app is available for iOS devices in select countries, can be found in the App Store. Uniswap said the new wallet allows users to swap tokens on Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism networks. Also be connected to Ethereum app through Wallet Connect. Users can back up their accounts by either writing down their seed phrase or encrypting their key vaults with a password and storing them on iCloud. So I think this is really interesting that Uniswap is finally allowed to do this. In a lot of ways, from a mobile standpoint, DEXs haven't been as friendly on mobile devices unless you've gone specifically through wallets. And Uniswap is now trying to enter that space. So big news over on Uniswap. And if you are looking to be able to trade on the go, this could be a wallet to go and look at. Next, we're going to look at Bittrex as it receives SEC Wells notice for unregistered exchange status. So the cryptocurrency world is in a state of alarm as the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission targets Bittrex, one of the winding up digital asset exchanges in the country, has accused Bittrex of violating investor protection laws, prompting the exchange to wind down its operations in the U.S. market. So yet another exchange winding down operations in the U.S. It is yet another example of another exchange that's leaving, and there's going to be more. It's going to continue. Regulation is coming, and the SEC is really trying to hunker down on a lot of things to make sure another FTX debacle does not happen. So the SEC's enforcement actions against Bittrex underscore how regulators are targeting crypto exchanges, including Coinbase, Kraken, and other companies that issue digital coins. So this will continue to be remembered as a year of regulation. And will it stifle innovation? We will see. But I also think that regulation is going to help clear the path for more institutional money and players to enter the market. Time will tell. We'll probably keep covering things like this each week. Next, we're looking at Shaquille O'Neal as he was finally served in the FTX class action lawsuit after 3 months. So Shaq's been officially served. lawyers handling the class action lawsuit served basketball star and the one-time FTX promoter outside of his Atlanta home on Sunday. O'Neill's among more than a dozen celebrities and sports teams who are being sued for promoting FTX, the now bankrupt crypto exchange. He at one point been so supportive of FTX that the company dubbed him Shaq Toshi, represents Satoshi Nakamoto, the name of the person who apparently wrote a white paper on Bitcoin. So in the US, in order to have to go to court, one of the things is being served the paperwork to let them know about a court date. And so you physically have to serve someone. So they physically found and served Shaq at his home Sunday. So for 3 months, Shaq has been ducking these people, which is hilarious in its own ways. But he finally was served and now has to get prepared for that potential lawsuit. So I thought this was an interesting one. I think more celebrities are probably going to end up being on this, but a lot of them, like Shaquille, have been ducking away from being served. So now we're going to look at our next article, which is $1 billion staked ETH was withdrawn in 24 hours as the round two begins of the Shanghai upgrade that just happened on the Ethereum network. So according to on-chain data, the net value of Ethereum removed the staking surpassed $1 billion in value over the past 24 hours, and it showcased the network's ability to perform live network-wide updates without any issues. So since the Shanghai and Capella upgrades went live, the Ethereum being withdrawn from protocols have increased. Round one took about 4.14 days to complete the validators. But there's still 18,400,000 ETH currently being staked with a value of around 38.5 billion as the time of this particular article that I'm reading. And that staked ETH makes up roughly 15.32% of the entire supply. And 33% of that was staked with Lido. So there's been a recent pump since the last recording that happened a week ago in the Ethereum market. It has to do with the Shanghai and Capella upgrades, which is allowing for people to be able to unstake their Ethereum. Even though people were starting to take out Ethereum and able to potentially start taking profit, you actually saw more people starting to stake their assets as well. So it just shows the long-term bullishness of it and shown the recent price action that you saw over at Ethereum. So it's boosting confidence in the network and is causing more price action to happen. Our next article looks at Bank of England as it overhauls deposits guarantee program after SVB's collapse, which is Silicon Valley Bank's collapse. According to British Financial Times, citing people familiar with the matter, the Bank of England is considering significant reforms to its deposit guarantee mechanism, including increasing the number of deposits guarantees for existing businesses at 85,000 euros, requiring funding banks to provide in advance to ensure faster payments in the event of a bank failure. Regulators are concerned that the guarantier's current 85,000 euro limit covers only about 2/3 of deposits. Relatively low level of pre-funding means customers will have to wait at least a week to regain the rights to access to their cash. So after seeing what happened at SVB, Bank of England is trying to be more proactive in ensuring that their citizens' money that is being deposited is being protected. And there is currently a third of people who wouldn't be able to have, or businesses that wouldn't have their money protected. So they're trying to put some things in place to get in front of that, which also goes to show that not just in the United States, but globally, the financial crisis of banks is still on a thin thread. We're not just out of the woods just yet. So got to keep being on the lookout for that and be careful with how you are handling your finances. Final article is going to look at Solana as its crypto and Web3 smartphone Sega is available to the general public on May 8th. So Solana's a smartphone Sega is going to be available for purchase on Monday, May 8th, 2023. It was crafted by OSOM The Android smartphone is designed specifically for Web3 applications and enables users to self-custody crypto assets using its seed vault feature. Shout out to Solana. We had one of their members on the show earlier this year. Really cool interview. Definitely recommend giving that a listen, and talked about how this was going to be releasing. Looks really cool, just from some of the prototypes and things I've been able to see online. I think pre-order shipping is going to start happening on April 20th, which is happening real soon. So if this is a phone that you're really excited about and want to hopefully get your hands on, there are some things you can start doing now to get ready for this Solana mobile phone, the saga. So that's going to wrap up this week's Aftershock. I hope you enjoyed all the articles that we were able to share with you. If you think we missed anything, make sure to leave us a comment to let us know what we should cover for next week. If you like something that we shared as well, let us know that as well. And if you had something that's really stuck out with you, we'd really appreciate, because we share all this on our socials as well. Make sure you go give us a follow over there and join the conversations that we have with those communities. So again, I hope that you've enjoyed today's information. As always, make sure you stay cryptocurrent.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cryptocurrent. Cryptocurrent is a cryptocurrency and blockchain education platform that's bridging the gap between the curious newcomers who are just discovering the space and the thought leaders who are shaping its future. All opinions expressed by Richard Carthon, the Cryptocurrent team, and their guests on this show are exclusively their own opinions. This show and any other Cryptocurrent production is exclusively for informational purposes.